How you doing, guys? Big Mech Danskull here today, back with another video for you. I'm hoping this is going to run smoothly, but I did just get an alert saying there's going to be some buffering. Let me put this over here so I can keep an eye on that. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. It might have been just that it was the start soon screen that was causing that issue. Yeah, so I'm here with another nice chilled Sunday stream for you. I'm just trying to charge my phone. Oh my gosh, I think my internet's actually died because my phone's not connected to the internet anymore. So this could be the worst stream in the history of streaming. Let's see my phone. Yeah, my phone's reconnected to the internet now, so hopefully my internet is better. Fingers crossed. It's still live according to my PC, so fingers crossed it's all going to go smoothly. I'm just going to try and charge my phone as well. My phone now is getting on a bit. I got it at the start of the first lockdown, so 2020. So it's like going on for 2 years old now. And it thinks it's too cold to charge all the time. So what I have to do, I have to try and make it warmer. So what I tend to do is put a Twitch stream on. Just turn the volume down. You can just hear the volume probably if I put it there for you. You can probably just hear the volume there. But anyway, yeah, my Twitch, my phone doesn't like to charge because it thinks it's too cold. So I think one of the sensors is knackered in there. So I have to try and keep it warm by sticking on a Twitch stream to get it working and heating up, and then plugging it in, and then insulating it by putting it like under these slipper socks. Very novel technique for you. Right, let's crack on with some painting, shall we? Nobody's joined us in the chat yet, but that doesn't matter. We don't care, do we? We're just gonna stream away. Let me know if there is anyone watching. Let me know how the music level is and stuff. As always, I do appreciate that when you let me know. My microphone seems alright. Everything seems fine. So, I'm going to have to reach right over there to grab my Ork Boyz now. Some interesting releases this week at LVO. We'll be taking a look at them at some point in the show as well. Reveals, not releases. I can't reach it! Help! Who's moved that further away? I have to spin my chair that little bit more. Here we go. So this is the box I take to work with me to try and get a little bit of painting done in any downtime I have at work. Oh, I forgot as well. I put a little tube on it to bring down and put in my collection of plastic tubes for conversions and whatnot. I'm going to hopefully get back to work on this bad boy at some point in the not too distant future. At the minute, Brack, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Not seen you in a little while, so yeah, good to see you, mate. I know have you finished your kill rig yet? I know I've seen you've been working on it, but I've not actually popped into any of your streams either. Let's get some stuff together, shall we? Paintbrushes. A load of coffee stirrers in there too, which I'm not going to be using on today's stream. Oh, I've got some water. That's good, isn't it? I accidentally planned ahead. Got myself some water. So it's going to be nothing exciting on this stream today, unfortunately. It's just going to be blocking out some blacks on the boys. Oh, I should go to the desk down cam, shouldn't I? Desk down. Yes, I'm just going to be sticking some black on the boys in various areas where I'll be painting metallic. Like just a dark, dirty metallic. Yeah, it's been a while for sure, mate. Been a while for sure. I think I'll just get that one boy out for the time being. The rest of them I can grab out as and when I need. Oh no, I'll tell you what, I will just stick them on my desk. It'd be a lot easier then. Makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? So this is, I've painted this fella so far. I'm actually missing 5 boys, well 4 boys and a knob from this squad because when I over the Christmas break, when I went to my friend's house, I decided, or we decided together, me and my friends and kids, were going to do some painting together. And they finished painting their Space Marines that they had free from Games Workshop quite quickly. So, Space Marines or Stormcast Eternals. So I let one of them pick a few of the boys to paint as well. She was doing well. She was enjoying it. So, I think it's good to, when somebody's enthusiastic about a task like that in general, but a hobby as well, it's important to feed that hobby, and especially when they are enthusiastic about it, because if they get like a decent little collection of miniatures, and then they're more likely to be enthused to paint more, aren't they? So I just kind of like to run with it. I think that's all I need. I'll grab that second painting handle just in case I need it. I don't think I'll need them metallics yet. I really should get around to basing these flash kits at some point. Whoa. Got 2 Butcher Boys to go. Fantastic. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so I've not got the kill rig yet myself, but was it easy enough to put together? Or was it a bit of a struggle in parts? Oh, that's the thing as well. I need to... I've got this miniature that I've had for ages. Are we going to get any painting done on this stream, or is it all going to be... What's that? Oh, right, okay. Are we going to get any painting done on this stream, or is it all going to be just me going off on tangents? I think that's likely the case, isn't it? It's tangent time. It's tangent time. That's my impression of tabletop time, Dave. It's tabletop time. Yeah, so this miniature is one of the Slaughter Priests or something. I can't remember what they're called, from Age of Sigmar. Where's his head? Oh, there it is. He's got a horned helm. And I'm planning on using this as a conversion for a digger knob, basically. Which I was going to use it as a conversion for... I don't know what I was going to use it for, to be honest. I was going to use it for something. But having said that, my mate and a kid seem to be more into Age of Sigmar than 40k, and I do have like a semi-painted Khorne army, so there's a temptation to just build it as the model it actually is. Yeah, there's definite temptation there to build it as the model it actually is. Right, let's get some painting done, shall we? We need some black. Yes, I'm also in the process. Sort of, kind of took a while because so many parts. Yeah, it does seem like it seems like a complicated kit at first glance. That's for sure. Got my coffee next to my paint water, as I like. I do enjoy the fear it puts into people, although you can't see it, but I'll still tell you about it. Right. What was I going to say? Sure, I was talking about something then. I know I was talking about the kill rig. What was I talking about just before that? Oh, my mouse needs a clean. Just looked at it. There's all sorts of greasy, sweaty bits in it. Is that charging? I don't bloody know. Oh, it's charging, magic. Oh yeah, I was also working on yesterday. I sprayed up in primer. Four different primers I put on it, which is a bit weird, a bit excessive, I'd say. The first bit of terrain from the Kill Team box. Brack, are you building anything for the Gargantinski challenge? Out of curiosity, the reason I wanted to get that painted up like Kill Team terrain is because I want to buy a second box of that Kill Team terrain, which is like 60 quid here in the UK. At Element Games on launch it was 48 quid, and I was planning on using it as like for a bigger Gargant if I eventually get around to doing it, either for the challenge or separately from the challenge. Planning on using that for like the outer shell of the Gargant. The inner bit I was gonna use what's it called? Polystyrene. because I've got loads of polystyrene from the last place I worked. When they used to get glass in, it'd come packed in hard wooden crates with polystyrene around it. Yeah, so the core of the Gargant I was planning on using polystyrene and then sticking hard plastic to the outside of it, mainly bits of Stomper and bits of that Octarius, Warzone Octarius kill team terrain. Right, what do I want metallic in here? I think his boots. When I say his boots, I mean like the tip and heel, the toe and heel. Heel, toe. And his gun. What the heck? You see in there, you can see like he's got bare plastic in his gun still. Outrageous behaviour. I know the spray doesn't always go in everywhere. But yeah, the reason I've painted the kill team Octarius terrain, I'll show you a little a pic of it. It doesn't look like it's got 4 colours on it, the way I've primed it, but it has. I assure you, it's got 4 colours on it. I use brown in the areas that are going to be sort of shaded and shadowed, and then I used red in like some of the lighter areas and some of the lighter areas that are, you know, sort of in between shadow and light, exposed to the daylight or whatever. It's like that orangey Halford's automotive primer I like to use on this miniature. So underside there, that's Halford's red. It's like an orangey red. And then I used pink from, I can't remember what company it is. It might be Tabletop Scenics that have recently, like probably a year ago or something, launched their own primer range. But it's really similar to the Army Painter range, I think. In terms of the smell, it's like a sweet sort of smell. And in terms of the shape of the can and everything, so I wonder if it's just manufactured by Army Painter. That's my speculation. And I don't get on with Army Painter paints. I've had 2 and they've both given up on me while there's still paint in the can. So basically the propellant has run out before the paint. You can feel the weight of the can, there's still paint in it, there's still stuff in there when you shake it about, but the propellant is finished. But anyway, what else? Oh yeah, and then pink on all the light areas that are properly exposed to the sun and whatnot, and then white on just like the very edges, the very, very highest areas. And I'm gonna spray that with Nazrag yellow through an airbrush, in order because I want to see how the yellow looks on top of all those mixed colours, because I'm planning on painting any Imperial Fist vehicles I do in the same way and hoping it gives me a colour close to my Imperial Fist Marines. How you doing, Gratag? Welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here. Hoping me and Gratag can have a game in the coming weeks. By the end of Feb, hopefully. We've booked a table now at a place, so fingers crossed we'll actually get a game in. It was a second case. Myself and Leech, someone else who's active in Orky streams on Twitch and in Orky's community. We tried to get a game in at Element Games, so we checked the events page. There was nothing on the events page and stuff. We went down, thinking we could just get a casual game in. And they'd have a table for us, but we got there and then there's an event on, but it must have been a third-party event that they didn't actually advertise on their own events page, so the hall was all booked up. But you'd think they'd say on the page the hall's all booked up or something, but neither of us saw that. And then yeah, so me and Gratag were going to get a game in next weekend, no, weekend after next. We were due to get a game in. Gratag called Element Games. There was nothing on the events page, but Gratag called them to be on the safe side, or emailed them, I think. And sure enough, somebody had booked the hall out for an event. So it's like, Element Games need to make it clearer, in my opinion, at least. They need to make it clearer, in my opinion, that when people book the hall out for events. So like essentially they use all the tables, there's no extra gaming space for you. if you want a casual game. But anyway, it's not the end of the world because we've got a gamer in a place in the centre of Manchester now. Oh, we've got a table booked there. So, fingers crossed that'll all go to plan. I booked the table for 4 hours. Hopefully we won't need more. But we'll see. What points level are we playing? Is it 1,000 points? I think it is, isn't it? So we shouldn't need more than 4 hours realistically. I was hoping to take a Grot and Beast Snagger list as well. But as you can see, I'm painting an Ork Boy at the minute, so I don't know whether I'll have the time to finish a load of Grots. I might have, we'll see. It might be another case of me essentially speed painting, you know, my version of speed painting, like I was last year with the 365 challenge if I want to take them. And I asked them if there was a central calendar, and they said no. Some events like Element post the event from their Facebook page, but others want to post it from theirs. That's stupid though, because it's an event at Element Games at the Northwest Gaming Centre, whatever the official name of it is. So they should be allowed to at least say on their page, look, there's an event on. It's daft. Anyway, it's not the end of the world, is it? At least we know now. They do need a central Google Calendar or something though. Yeah, definitely. Though I am worried the new Eldar decks will be out, so my list might change. It is a bit silly, yeah. It's definitely a bit silly. If the new Eldar Codex comes out, just use the old Codex. I don't mind. If you'd rather do that. Like you may want to tweak your list and stuff, but if you're not going to be able to tweak it in time to get it to, you know, a similar level to what it is now, don't worry about it. I'm happy to play against the older Codex, or the newer one, whichever you prefer, whichever is easier for you. It's like when updated rules come out and stuff, and FAQs and points updates and stuff. I'm not aware of them because I don't play competitively. I might be, you know, I'm vaguely aware when they come out and people start doing videos, points changes for Orks in Warhammer 40,000. Can you tell who that is? That's an impression of Auspex Tactics. And what it means for the competitive scene. It doesn't really say stuff like that. But anyway. In this video, I'm going to run you through the point changes for Space Marines in Warhammer 40,000. He's got one of them really boring YouTuber voices. There was a trend for people, a tendency for YouTubers and content creators of other ilks to just try and keep the voice as level as possible. And I think it was probably people started doing it because it made editing easier. So if you're really excited in one part, but then you chop to another part where you're a bit more down and stuff like that, it makes it a really obvious edit, like a jump. What do they call it? How long have I been doing YouTube for, and I can't think what they call that. But anyway, a jump cut. Yeah, it makes it a really obvious edit. Whereas if you keep your voice nice and level in every single part of the video, and you don't go above. It's the same way people record, companies record automated messages, so like on train announcements and stuff. The next station stop is Guide Bridge. This is the 1042 train to Hatfield, calling at blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Now they don't record all those, they don't record every single announcement. What they do is record certain phrases and then every single station, and then they can just stitch it all together and it sounds okay, but you can tell it's not a normal voice. And YouTubers started trying to do that same sort of thing to make their edits seem smoother, but it's just weird. It takes all of the personality out of the voice for me, and it makes the videos a bit boring. And I don't think Auspex Tactics is the worst for it, but he does have, I think maybe he just has a voice like that. So I find my mind wandering if I'm trying to watch one of his videos and try to get information off of it. By the time he gets to the information I want, my mind's already wandered and I've stopped paying attention. And it might be something he can't do anything about because it might just be his natural voice. So it's a bit rubbish of me to point that out, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? Everybody's got jump cut. Exactly. Everybody's got one of those things, haven't they? 1,000 points, good. I love those videos. It's like listening to the shipping forecast. Normally read Goonhammer for points change summaries. Yeah, it is very much like people talk about the shipping forecast, but it's not something I've ever listened to. I've heard it because I've heard them play it on Radio 2 when they've been referring to it on a show and stuff. So I get the idea, but I don't understand why anyone would listen to it if they weren't a fisherman or something. Morning, Spud. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you've got a new icon there. Nice. Yeah, I'm good. Cheers, mate. Just having a nice little relaxed painting session. We might have a look at some of the LVO reveals later. It's not, I'm sure you've all seen them by now, but I'll just share a few thoughts on them. I was very worried. I say very worried. I was realistic about what might be the case when I first saw the leaked pictures of the avatar that were taken. Someone took a photo of a screen, right? And they've taken it from an off-center angle. So it made the avatar, the new avatar, look kind of stumpy. Modeling for Advantage, welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I couldn't make the show the other night. I was absolutely flagging, like I said in the message to you. And I thought, I'm not going to be very good on the show if I'm just like dozing off. So yeah, I had to cancel very last minute on Modeling for Advantage, like an hour before the stream was due to start, for anyone that doesn't know. But thankfully, someone else stepped up to the plate. I've not actually watched the stream back yet, but I will do, probably at some point today while I do a bit of painting. Alright, it's my old school account from the old days. No, I do not need a new army. You do, Brack. You need a new army. You definitely do. Yeah, so the avatar, it looks kind of squat and stumpy in those leaked photos we saw. But then shortly after that, after those photos were leaked online, by about 2-3 hours later, GW would release the first official image of the avatar on their community site, and my slight concerns with him potentially being stumpier than I'd like were alleviated. I still don't know whether I'm going to buy it straight away though. If it's available at this Warhammer World event that I'm going to on the 5th of March, then I may well buy it. But I'm not too sure. Yeah, so we'll talk about the new avatar. We'll talk about the new Morgan Ra. Once I've blocked out the blacks on this fella, we'll go over and have a look at some of those things. I'm only planning on going for an hour today though, so we've not got much time to do all that stuff. Grawley, welcome to the stream, mate. Pleasure to have you here. Smash the like button, people. Thank you very much, Spud, for being that cheerleader. Fabulous cheerleader you always are. When's ChillCon, Spud? When's the first one? Are you doing 2 this year or just the 1 this year? I don't even know. I saw something pop up for it on Facebook the other week, but I completely forgot to look into it further. Yeah, I probably would have been painting these if I had appeared on the Modelling for Advantage stream the other night. These Ork Boyz, or attempted to get some paint on them. Although I don't think I'd finished my Marines at that point, so I may well have been painting my Imperial Fists, 3 Hellblasters that I was attempting to finish. Although had I? No, I think I'd finished them because I think Orky was live when I finished them. And Orky's on a Tuesday night, same as Modelling for Advantage. Just the one this year in Sheffield. It's in August. Fantastic, right? So it's not going to clash with that Warhammer event. Mr. Fish, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. I won't be buying it straight away as I want to paint the Eldar I already have first. You see, that's the sensible thing. I was going to split the Eldarian Chaos box that's coming out. The ones with the Scout Bikers in and the Autark and stuff like that. I was going to buy that and split it with Kenk. Someone else in Orky's community, Kenkfist. But then I realised I've got tons of unpainted Eldar. So if I want to paint Eldar, I should just paint them first, or at least start painting them first. It's the same situation as my the reason I've started painting the Kilti Moctarius terrain is because I want to get another set of that terrain. So I want to paint what I've got first and be able to play with it before I go out and get another set. Even though the other set is going to be used for a different project, it's not going to be used for terrain. It's going to be used for a Gargant. I didn't want to have 2 sets because I may as well have just built and painted the set I've currently got for the Gargant if it wasn't built and painted to use as terrain. Hobby Corner, everyone's jumping in this morning. Blinking heck. Good to have you here, mate. Yeah, so I need to look into ChillCon. I know there's different sort of VIP bags you can get, isn't there, and stuff, or different levels of ticket. So I definitely need to look into that because I wouldn't mind getting at least the event exclusive mini and maybe some other stuff. So I'll see the different prices of the tickets. Darren McCormack Parker, good to have you here, mate, as well. But I will be getting the avatar eventually. Can't believe I almost missed Dan. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, mate. Good to have you here, like I said. Right. I'll do this bit on the shoulder and the bit going across his back and then that plate on his back. And then I'll just going to close my pot and shake it a bit. You was correct. It shall be full of emotions. I'd expect nothing less, to be honest. I would expect nothing less. Right, sipping me brew. So as you can see, I'm going to get nothing done. I got optimistically. Pirate Queen Pickle, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Optimistically, I pulled some other boys out and put them on my desk ready to grab and start painting. But I'm not going to get past this fella, I don't think. I'm just doing the blacks on one fella. And I'd already had his helmet done. So yeah, it's funny how optimistic I am sometimes on a stream. This is far too early. What are you talking about? Oh, my coffee machine's switching off. I really need to sort that bit of beard out, don't I? It's just... I'll tell you what, I've got a brush there. I could just brush it into place. That's better. It's because I've not sorted my beard out this morning, so it's just like all straggly, and well, it's always all straggly to be fair, isn't it? It's all over the place. Because I've just it's bed beard basically. But my beard, more often than not, looks like bed beard anyway. Watched a video yesterday on TikTok. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. And it was somebody talking about Hagrid in Harry Potter. The video was somebody had done done a video of their own saying, what's the bit of Harry Potter lore that that blows your mind or something like that nobody else talks about. And this guy responded to it, stitched it, and said his favourite bit of Harry Potter lore is, it's really hard to cast spells and stuff with a broken wand. As we see when Ron breaks his wand and tries to cast spells, and they backfire on him. So he tries to do something with slugs, and then he ends up having slugs coming out of his mouth. And also, it's really difficult. Only the best wizards can cast spells without using verbal incantations. So Dumbledore does it most of the way through the series, but now and again he will use verbal spells. He'll say the spells he's casting in order to make them, come off properly. But he's one of the few wizards, and he's like one of the most powerful wizards in the Harry Potter universe. And then the thing about Hagrid is, he got kicked out of school after 3 years. So he's not even a fully qualified wizard. However, he's got a broken wand in his umbrella, hidden like in the core of his umbrella, so you see him cast spells with that now and again. But he never talks about. He never does a verbal command to cast the spells. So with a broken wand, and without verbally commanding, he casts spells. So theoretically, he's like the most powerful wizard in the Harry Potter universe, because he's only had 3 years of schooling, he's got a broken wand, and he doesn't use verbal commands, and he can still cast spells. Like, they're only like low-level spells, the basic spells. He doesn't like do like really extravagant spells like Dumbledore or anything like that. But that's he ain't no Gandalf. No, he ain't no Gandalf, mate. But that's that's a fun bit of Harry Potter lore that once you've heard about, you'll notice it in the films if you ever watched the films. The films aren't as good as the books. A lot of people say the books aren't that good as well. You should see him after the watershed hour, stroking your face. Exactly. I had a weird dream last night. I'm not going to tell you about that then. That was after post-watershed dream. I want the second set to use as a fortress and for the rest of my mech shop, but if I do that, I may as well just buy the new MDF kits from TT Combat for less and have a laser that looks like a boss bunker. Nice. From TT Combat. I'll have to have a look at them kits, mate. Are they out already, them kits, or is it like coming up soon? I'll have a look at them because I'm not fully set on the idea of the GW, the Octarius kits as the Stomper, as the body of a Gargant yet. So I'll have to have a look at them. When you're painting a row of spikes like this, it's so hard to get the paint all on them all in one go. So maybe I should just be a bit more patient. My phone's making noises. What's that about? I assumed it was like Penguin's umbrella, so it just shoots stuff out. It's not thingy. Yeah, it's got the core of a broken wand in, so he's casting spells essentially. Yeah, Penguin's umbrella's got like a little machine gun in or something, hasn't it? Does Danny DeVito use it when he's Penguin? Danny DeVito's Penguin, isn't it, in them films? Pretty certain it is. Is the Harry Potter equivalent of Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord? Hagrid is the real powerhouse. Is it? Yeah, it is, definitely. Definitely. Hagrid is the most powerful wizard in the... I was going to say in the 40k universe then. It's the most powerful wizard. Powerful wizard, Harry, in the Harry Potter universe. Yeah, so it must be the equivalent theory, mustn't it? Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith Lord. TC Comet stuff is amazing for the price, and it being MDF. Yeah, I like a lot of what is the actual company name? Cromlech do MDF terrain as well, but I can't remember what they trade under doing that MDF terrain. I'm sure Mr. Fish will be able to tell us because I think he's got some of it. Right, so now this back plate's done, should I do that little belt buckle thing at the back as well? We'll have a look at some of the LVO reveals, and I'll have a look at all of them, but I'll be very brief with some of my thoughts on some of them. Oh, there we go. So there's another boy ready for his metallics now. Whack. Just whacked my light, guys. Nothing to worry about. Apologise if it shut the camera. Daka Flacka Flame, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. I'm 3D printing a new cape for my Imperial Knight. Very nice. But Jar Jar was a Sith. Jar Jar was a Sith. You heard it here. Not first, but you heard it here at some point. Right, so what we need to do... Oh, you know what? I've just realised. I'll need to... Tell you what, I'll do pop-out chat. Pop-out chat. Because I'll need that on the other screen, so I can actually read the chat still. Should we put that there so it looks a bit more like I'm looking at the camera? Yes, let's. And, oh, that's going to be annoying. I'll tell you what, I'll bang it down there a bit. So I can click on it again in a second. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh, that penguin. Here I scratch my head wondering why a penguin would use an umbrella. A bit impractical with all the snow. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so this is the reveals. I'm sure you've all seen them by now. This is the reveals from LVO. Let's have a quick scroll down the article. Oh, look, there's a picture of a load of people in the gaming hall together. Wow. There's a video you can watch if you want to watch it. There's Morgan Raw. Look at him. He's got his dressing gown on. I was going to wear my dressing gown for this stream. But, yes. I'm hoping you can build him without this hood bit at the top, because I think that's just leaning a little too close to the death aspect for my feelings. So there's been Eldari reveals. There's been Arena of Shades, whatever that is. There's been Kabanda revealed to destroy Blood Angels, which I think is something Spud likes the idea of. So, you know, we might check him out in a bit. Interrogator. An interesting, a very film noir detective story by the looks of it. Animation in the for Warhammer Plus. This fella. What's that? What's that coming off his arm? Oh, I don't know. Well, it's behind the head. What's that coming off his arm? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to have a look later, won't we? Necromunda Ashwaste, whatever that is. And that's it. So, let's go with the Age of Sigmar first. So, Arena of Shades. Let's find out more. Age of Sigmar. Blah, 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 ma. 2 new minis revealed. And it's a new box set, new campaign box. So it's looking good. It's got Nighthaunt in. It's got Daughters of Canaan. To be fair, they're both factions that if I was playing Age of Sigmar, I'd be tempted to collect, because I like the Nighthaunt and I like how quickly you can paint them. So definitely, Tabletop Scenics is a Cromlech terrain. Thank you very much, Crawley. Thank you. Just sent you some links for the terrain on Discord. Nice one. I forgot about the new show. The new show, my new show, or someone else's new show. This is a cool looking mini from Age of Sigmar, new Nighthaunt mini. Look at that, candles coming out of his back, like right protruding right through his spine. It's like dug right through him there, and he's just carrying them aloft so we can see his little book he's writing in, his tome. Let's read a little bit of, see if it's got any lore here about him. Leading the Nighthaunt is Vayon. It sounds a little bit like Wayoon from DS9. Veon of the Withered Quill, one of the Scriptors Mortis, the ghostly record keepers who track the rise of Nagash's domain. With a spiteful flick of his quill, Veon can condemn those heroes who stand against the god of undeath to especially horrible underworlds, dooming them to suffer massive damage every turn. Nice, nice, like it. Like his little lantern that he's carrying with his ghostly smoke coming out of it and all this ectoplasm type stuff down the bottom. He's got a pedestal or a lectern made of bones to carry his tome, and it'll cross nicely. It'll fit nicely with if you've got a Ossiarch Bone Reaper's force, or if you've got a joint force of death. So you can have Ossiarch Bone Reapers and Night Haunts, and this is sort of a bridging miniature. Nice, I like it. And then we've got some new crossbowmen for the Night Haunt as well. A little bit of ranged attacks for the Night Haunt, like it. How do they reload their crossbows though? Because traditionally, I believe crossbows are reloaded by putting them on the floor, and then you put your toe through this bit. You put your toes through that bit, and then you pull back the string with both arms. Yeah. Pull back the string with both arms, and load your bolt into it. They've got no toes, these lads. How do they reload their crossbows? Did they do it together? Did they pull each other back? Pull each other off? I mean, there we go. And this is a tasty little miniature. I love this mini. This is a mini that I think I may well get and convert for something in the future, a Harlequin or something like that. She looks really short for a Daughter of Cain. That's one thing I'll say. It's a shame my head's in the way there, isn't it? But yeah, she looks really short for a Daughter of Cain, but it may well be just the pose or the fact that the whip is massive. You can see in the middle there, the whip goes right down to the bottom of her base. Looks really short though. A Daughter of Cain is an elf, so you'd expect her to be taller, but I really like that mini. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, so let's go back then to, that's the end of that bit. I'm not going to read her lore, because I don't want to dwell on it too much, this Age of Sigmar rubbish. Oh, I've clicked off. Did you see Kiri's video on the Corsair? Apparently the page link or Facebook link for it says Corsairs versus Chaos Space Marines. Yeah, I briefly went to watch it last night on my YouTube, but my iPad's really playing up now. It's been on its way out for a couple of years, but it's really playing up now to the point where for the past few years I've not been able to watch YouTube on the YouTube app or BBC iPlayer or the BBC iPlayer app. I have to watch it through Safari. But now I try and play a video on YouTube through Safari, and it just keeps pausing and starting again and pausing and starting again, so it's like unwatchable basically. But I got the gist of it. You zoomed in on the page URL, and then it gives you a bit more information than they intended to give it. Oh look, there's Wade Price. Wade Price. Hello, my name is Wade Price. I'm Eddie Eccles. No, that was a bit more Adam Trokey, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm pretending ash wastes don't exist because I don't want to lose all the money. They had toes after 10 loads, but after 10 loads, yeah, I think that's probably the case, isn't it? They lost all the toes in 10 loads. 10 loads. It sounds like I'm talking about something else there to me. Right, let's have a look at ash wastes next, because that's it could be pretty orky ash wastes, to be fair, and if Mr. Fisher's claims come to fruition, we could see. I don't think. I mean, to be fair, out in the ash wastes of any Imperial world, there could be orcs, and that was what the claim from Mr. Fish was. Could it be orc biker gangs? And we do need new orc bikers, I think. Having said that, if we did get new orc bikers, that'd be the third orc biker kit in the space of about, to be fair, about 25 years. But so that's not too much of an overload. Necromunda Ashwaste looks like it's going to be the new Gorka Morka. We can't actually take a look at much of this. Tell you what, is that muted? Let's mute that. So we'll take a look at the video to give us an idea of what it's going to be. Let's scroll up slightly so you can see a bit more of that screen. They're giving us this comic book style trailer for it. Very nice. What it basically is Necromunda gangs out on the ash wastes of Necromunda. So they're not in the Hive City. They are fighting out on the ash wastes in these what look like trains and vehicles, different vehicles. It's like a Mad Max style environment, typically associated in the 40k universe with Gorka Morka. So whether you could use these rules and adapt them for Gorka Morka, even if Orks aren't officially released for this, I think you could easily do it, to be fair. I think that's very viable. And handily, I've already started converting miniatures, Diganob miniatures, so I could potentially use them in this Necromunda Ash Wastes game. I've got one so far, so I say I've already started converting them. One. It was a rumour a few months back, so I take it with some salt. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so this guy's a Goliath. No, he's probably an Orlok, isn't he? It looks like they're only showing us Orloks here, to be fair. But with that, no, with the Mohawk, it looks like he's probably a Goliath. Oh, look, something's flying above them. What could that be? Could that be Van Sars on jet bikes? Boom! Chucking grenades at them and stuff. Oh, crazy. Yeah, so it looks like it's a slapdash. No, but his shoulder pads suggest Orlok, so I think it maybe is an Orlok. Yeah, so there's a little trailer for you for the Necromunda Ash Wastes. You see, you look at them though, and I said Van Sar, but they look like, in the heat haze, it's hard to see, it's all shimmery and speeding off. They look a bit like Dark Eldar, so could they be maybe Eldar Corsairs speeding away from a raid? Are Eldar Corsairs going to be used in this sort of game? Maybe. And Orks, maybe. A way to bring a couple of Xenos races into Necromunda, because we've already got a little bit of chaos in there, kind of. You can use, actually, yeah, there's rules to use Chaos Cultists, isn't there, in Necromunda, I think, so, yeah. It looks like the guy that stole from Wakanda in the MCU, yeah. Andy Serkis's character in Black Panther. What's his name? I can't remember. What's his bloody name? I can't remember. Yeah, so there we go. There's the Necromunda Ash Wastes game. Then we'll have a look at... Should we have a look at... let's have a look at Interrogator next. Again, I'll show you the trail. But I will mute it. It looks like, you know, looking from all these stills and stuff, it's proper like film noir kind of detective story. But let's have a quick look at the trail so you can get a better idea. I could bigger it up a bit. Mute that! Could bigger it up a bit, couldn't I? But I'm not gonna. Oh, all the glass is cracking. There's pills or something there. Oh, I didn't notice them before. There's somebody's SIM card that he's just fallen into. It's cracked. A coin. He's running. Interrogator. Ulysses Claw. Yeah, that's the one. Ulysses Claw. That's Ulysses Claw. When I was looking at that, I almost read it as Ursus Claw, which is, I think, a weapon in, you know, in Titan Legions. A Titan weapon. Fire the Ursus Claw. Let's next have a look at Kabanda, Spud's favourite demon. Because he destroys Blood Angels. That's the only reason I'm saying that. Well, I say he destroys Blood Angels. He gets destroyed by Sanguinius in the rematch, doesn't he? Was he in Ultron 2? I think he was, you know. Well, I don't know, to be honest. I'm just guessing. So, Kabanda, we'll just look at the miniature. Oh, he's a big boy, isn't he? He's a big boy. He's got some Blood Angels on the base there. He's got that classic Captain Morgan pose, but his pose is a bit odd. People have got issues with his wings. I like how veiny and throbbing his wings look. Big, throbbing, veiny wings. That's what we want. But yeah, his wings, people have got issues with. Cause let's make me have wings here. So I'm flying. Where do we go? That way. Oh, I need a bit bigger. So I'm flying, yeah. I'm like, woof, woof, woof. And my wings would be facing forward if I want to take off. Woof, like that. Or if I'm coming into land, my wings would be drawn back like that. And then they come round to slow me down at the last minute. But one of his wings, his left wing, is forward. So that's throwing people off. But the reason I think that is, because he's trying to put some stank on that whip crack he's about to do. So he's put his left wing forward and he's about to woof, bring himself round like that. He's about to turn himself round. So that's the reason I think he's got the wings like that. So he's got one wing facing backwards to woof, whoosh, put some stank on that whip crack. That's what he's trying to do. My opinion. Just my opinion. I think sometimes Games Workshop miniatures designers, though, if that is the case, that's the reason they've done that wing like that. I think sometimes they overthink things. However, the problem is the community. It's all your fault, guys. It's all your fault. Because there's always going to be somebody who criticises something. So if they just had the wings like that and he was about to do a whip crack, somebody would say, actually, I think you'll find he should have one wing twisted to get some stank on that whip crack. Yeah, so I think that's the reason. That's my theory on the reason his wings aren't like that behind him. He's put one like that because he's whapa, proper going to twist into that whip crack. Sound hypothesis. Sound hypothesis. Thank you very much, Brack. I appreciate your appreciation of my hypothesis. Also, wings make more sense when you realise the angle of the model. Yeah. It's in desperate need of a different angle with that wing. I think it will look okay in person. That's the thing as well. Yeah, you've got a lot of the time, and we'll see this on a miniature we're going to look at in a second. A lot of the time, actually, demons don't exist yet. Exactly. A lot of the time, you do have to see a model from a second angle. A lot of people criticise the Sanguinius model when they first saw it, but then seeing it from a couple of different angles, it's much better. Oh, I need to speak to Orky about something. She's gone away. Damn it! She's on a plane. I want Orky to paint something for me. I'm going to get her to paint one of my Primarchs. I don't know which one, though. Yeah, you meant camera angle. I know that. Whoopah. Actually, demons don't need armour because they're non-corporeal beings. Actually, the red is too dark. Actually, the whip is too long. But it'll be resin, so the wing won't be straight anyway. Exactly, yeah. It'll probably be, when you get it, it'll be warped that much that it'll just look like the standard wing pose for GW Minis. Whip it good. Yeah, so I like this mini overall. I like, for me, if he is considered one of the demons of the Runestorm, which I think he is, in Age of Sigmar, he's basically a big bad bloodthirster, right? I think he's considered one of the demons of the Runestorm. That's the nicest looking demon of the Runestorm so far, in my opinion. The other Forge World 30k demons are ugly as sin, in my opinion. Especially the Nurgle one. It's like, how... The thing I'd say about that, though, is I'm saying they're ugly as sin. They don't make... It's because they don't visually make sense to me, a lot of them. And if Chaos Demons were a real thing, they wouldn't really visually need to make sense, would they? So you've got like a big fat Nurgle fella with little skinny arms. It's fine, he's a demon. He's not a real living being, is he? Them holes in the wings are just Forge World miscast wings. He looks mint, to be honest. Yeah, I think he does as well. I think he looks pretty sick, to be fair. Even if you didn't like that wing pose, I'm sure, and I mean, I know it's an expensive model, but I'm sure you could just take a razor saw, go straight through that wing and twist it round to the position you wanted without too much green stuff in. Twist it round to the standard, here's my wings, I've just landed, I'm going to whip someone pose. Okay, got to go, dinner's ready. Enjoy your dinner, mate. See you later. We're coming up to the end of the stream. I'm not going to end before I've looked at all of these little reveals, though. So we will have a look now at... Should we have a look at... Yeah, let's have a look at all the Eldar reveals, and we'll take a look at that one last. So, here's the latest Eldari reveals, a.k.a. Craftworld Eldar. Should we watch the video? No, we don't need to watch the video. Oh, look at that fella. Avatar of Cain, too big to fit on the screen. Here's the Avatar of Cain, the only one you need. You don't need any more avatars. Oh, look,
There's more options here, but you don't need them. This is the only one you need. It's the Avatar of Kane.
Yes, that's the Avatar of Kane. Here's my opinion on the Avatar of Kane. Gorgeous, right? I actually really like this now. It's really grown on me. We'd seen this miniature before from a dodgy angle, from a picture somebody had taken of a screen. Why yet have people not learned to level the phone with the screen and take a picture instead of like, oh, I'll take a picture from this angle, from this angle, from this angle, like they're taking a selfie with the mates. Oh, let's put a bit of slant on it. Oh, cheeky. Oh. No, mate, just level your phone. Quick one like that. Simple, innit? Anyway, yeah, Avatar of Kane. This is I picked up my metal Avatar of Kane yesterday, which is in a couple of pieces. I was going to repaint it, but I'm going to do a video on the original Avatar of Kane model. I say the original, the one I got from like 97. And I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to do a video on this one, that one, and the Forge World one. Yeah, so it's the classic pose as well, more or less. More or less the classic pose of the Avatar of Kane. The only difference is the one from 97 has his sword going across his body. So yeah, it's really nice. The headdress, the silhouette looks perfect to me there. That's why I like this one over the other options. The other options just change the silhouette too much for my liking. Not the weapon so much, the head. So if you change the head, you change the silhouette too much, in my opinion, so it doesn't look like an Avatar of Kane for me. However, the more I see of these, the more I'm getting used to them. Don't love this one. I think it's weird. This one, I'm getting more used to this one already, to be honest. But if you take the fins off the side of the head there and somehow mount them on this, I think that could improve this one. But I don't know how you'd mount them on it. You could do it as a back banner kind of situation, so it's mounted to his back banner and the fins are just sat behind him, and then it'd change the silhouette to look more like an Avatar. The spear I like, the axe I don't like as much, but I'll get used to it. But yeah, for me, this is the best looking one because it looks most like the Avatar I recognise. But yeah, I could easily swap that sword out for the spear. Or the axe probably as well, but the axe would just look a bit shorter. Is the axe handle too short, as somebody's mentioned, or is it just that he's holding it too far up? I think it's just holding it too far up. So if he was, but that's the way you'd carry it with one hand. That's where you carry an axe, so you've got most of the weight near that hand. If you carry it from, let's get my axe out. Here's my axe. If you're carrying an axe like that and all the weight's at the top end, whoa, it's falling out my hand, whoa. Where if you're carrying it like that, oh, it's not falling out my hand, is it? Because I'm carrying it like a normal person. So somebody said the axe handle's too short. The thing I think it is, and I know he's a strong fella because he's made of molten rock and that, because obviously molten rock people are strong. But he's just carrying it like way down. But again, I think that's the issue people are having with it being too short an axe handle. It's just that he's physically carrying the axe right, but it does change the silhouette too much, potentially. So it's difficult, that one. I think they should have done this one with the spear or the sword. They should have shuffled the weapon options around, basically, in my opinion. So this one should have been carrying the spear or the sword to give him that extra height here. This one could have been carrying the. I think I'd have had this one carrying the spear, this one carrying the sword, and your traditional one carrying the axe. Although you want a recognisable Avatar, and this is the most recognisable combination for an Avatar, I think. Anyway, let's see what people have been saying in chat. You could use hot water and it would move. Yeah, to change the wing position. There's a lot of crazy I can handle. I'd crap myself if the rift opened and demon popped out. Exactly. New Eldar Drool. Mr. Grawley will be jumping straight on this. It reminds me of El Diablo from Suicide Squad. Oh yeah. I didn't know who you meant right away, but yeah, the original Suicide Squad movie, there was a character that did loads of flamey stuff. And there was a scene with him and Harley Quinn at a bar, I think. Yeah, I don't know too much about DC Universe, wider DC Universe. I know your basics, like your Batman and your Superman. Very basics. GW take the Spud photos to make them look more authentic and throw us off. That it's them leaking the stuff. Grabs tinfoil hat. Yeah, to be fair, there's been those theories for a little while, hasn't there? I like the unhelmeted head and the axe the most. I'm hoping it's easy to magnetize. Yeah, that's the thing as well. The fact that they're giving you options gives everybody the chance to build it the way they want. I like that the least, to be honest. But that means your avatar will look different from my avatar. I'm still not convinced I'm going to buy this straight away, though. I probably will. Because I've got an unpainted Forge World one and I've got an old metal one I need to revisit. At least stick back together. At least, at the very least. And then there's this fella, Morgan Ra. I picked up my Morgan Ra miniature last night and I looked at it and I thought, wow, he's small. This fella's going to be much bigger than that old Morgan Ra miniature I've got. Yeah, the only thing, I mean, I don't even think you need to change it. But to keep it more like the old Morgan Ra miniature, I'd like to have the ability to build him without this headdress, which I could in a number of ways. I'm sure I could chop the head out if you can't. If you can't build him without this cowl over his head, I could just chop the head out and put an actual skull in there, and maybe a spirit stone on his fod. Fod being Mancunian for forehead, because he's got a spirit stone on his fod there. Look at the sexy knee bend on that avatar. Oh yeah. Loner in a crowd, morning mate, good to have you here. You really like the Spartan head, yeah, that's the thing as well. I'm getting more used to that one, and I do appreciate that the helmet is very similar to the faceplate of the Spartan bit. It's very similar to the faceplate on that bit. There's things I like about this. I would just like those fins coming out to the side on all of them, because it'd keep the silhouette the same for me, and that traditional avatar silhouette, which is what I desire when I see an avatar. There have been other iterations of the avatar though in the Epic game, if I'm not mistaken. So may well be the case that there will be a lot of people out there that prefer these other ones. Well, I've no doubt there is, in fact. It's nice to have options though. It's nice that they're giving you those options. I'm wondering how much this is going to be. I saw last night, I can't remember where I saw it. Who shared it? It was Sean from Blue Table Painting. He shared a size comparison chart of the avatar and other things. He's a little bit smaller than Magnus by the looks of it, but he's a big fella, the avatar. So he's probably a similar size to the Forge World one, basically. The avatar does not have a monopoly, however. The Phoenix Lord Morgan Ra is back too, with Morgitar in hand. Yeah, it's basically his big daft shuriken catapult with his bony scythe on the end. It'd fit in with the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, this fella, wouldn't it? Apart from his massive cannon. But yeah, it's a nice mini overall. I'm getting more used to this cowly hoodie bit over his head, but I think I would like to change it. I think I'd like to take it off and have him more like your traditional, as your Morgan Ra was, more like the older mini. That's the only thing I'd change about that, really. This grinning skull on top, I've just realised, actually, it's a little... seems a little Jokerish or something like that. But yeah, I'm okay with that. Nice mini. Very nice mini. Imagine a GW, the person who designed this mini is watching this stream, right? And I'm nitpicking about this avatar, and they designed this mini as well. Let's say they designed both minis. I'm nitpicking about this avatar. And then when I actually want to give something, when I actually approve of something, I'm like, yeah, it's nice that. And let's move on. It is nice though. And when I say something's nice, what I actually mean is, yeah, I like it. But again, that doesn't seem like approval enough for many people. It's Mum from Thundercats. Mum Ra from Thundercats, mate. Yeah, it is actually, definitely. Yeah, there we go. Does anybody get annoyed with the amount? 85 quid is what we're saying, Rich Bean. Oh, if it's 85 quid, I might not get it right away. Might get it from Element. We'll see. Lifeguard Leroy as well. Welcome to the stream, mate. And Rich. Good to have you both here. Yeah, so nice mini. And then we've got these new jet bikes. So these are very similar jet bikes to the To the other jet bikes, the Scout jet bikes. Very similar indeed. I'm wondering if they're going to be a dual kit, these Shining Spears and the Scout jet bikes, because they've got the two sets of fins. And I'd love to be able to twist this in a 360. Although I think I compared them. I think I compared them on a Twitch stream, didn't I? And they actually looked too different in places. They looked a little too different in places. But they are similar because they've got two sets of fins there. Anyway, let's scroll around. These are the new Shining Spears. So these are now official kits in their own right. These are the first Shining Spear Aspect Warrior kits we're actually getting, the full complete kits. So it's nice to get them. I do still think I would like to see all of the Aspect Warriors fully updated, especially Warp Spiders. I think Warp Spiders needed it before Dark Reapers for me, but Warp Spiders don't have a Phoenix Lord, and if they wanted to bring out Morgan Ra, it makes sense to bring them out with the Dark Reapers at the same time as the Dark Reapers. Yeah, so nice looking kits these. They look like lovely Eldar jet bikes. That's one thing I've always loved about Eldar is the jet bikes. Even when they were like that classic Harley pose where they're sat back, sat upright, rather than crouch forward like your Honda, Suzuki sort of pose. Yeah, I like them. I like them. Nice. Very nice. Oh, you got options there for the Exarch as well. He can take a power sword, or he can take his big boy lance. Very nice. And that's all your Eldar. No, that's not all your. Well, here's a picture of them all together. So to give you a size, bit of a size indication of the avatar, is much bigger than the old one. The old one probably comes up to about here on him, back to his navel. Looking at that, and my old one is on a square base as well, which I always find amusing. And Morgan Ra as well, actually. Looking at this Morgan Ra. He's looking to be. He's on that base as well, though. So maybe he's not that much taller than a Guardian. But he is supposed to be a regular Eldari in a suit. So if anything's bigger, it's just the suit, essentially. But he was quite short and squat before. And we don't yet know how tall these new Guardians are, to be fair, as well, do we? They look... Looking at this angle, they don't look much shorter than a Primaris Space Marine, which is good for me, because that's one thing. Eldar is supposed to be really tall, it's supposed to be like 7 feet tall, same as a Space Marine. So, you need your Eldari miniatures to be as tall as a Primaris Marine, in my opinion. Da-doom! Welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here on this evening, night time for you. I've gone over, haven't I, guys, talking about all these new Eldari kits when I was supposed to be painting boys. I did say in the description I was going to do a bit of both. Yeah, so here's the new jet bikes as well. The new Swifty Wind Boy shooty jet bikes. Are they similar enough to be the same kit? You know what? I think they are similar enough to be the same kit. I think that might be a dual kit. Them ones and these jet bikes here, with the Scouts on, and those jet bikes with the Shining Spears on, I think they might be the same kit. Or they'll have the same sprues. So they'll have one of the same sprue and then a separate sprue to build them differently. Potentially. And then there's your new Dark Reapers. They look pretty tall as well, to be fair, don't they? Yeah, nice. Yeah, so the lore, if you don't know behind the Phoenix Lords that exist currently aren't actually the same fleshy people inside of the suits. It's a different person that takes on that Phoenix Lord armor when they become the ultimate striking Scorpion and Karandras is defeated in battle. The armor's drawn to that next striking Scorpion, that next X. It's likely to be an Exarch. So it takes they put on that Karandras armor or the Morgan Ra armor, Jane Zar armor, whatever. They put on that armor and then they get consumed by the suit kind of thing, which I've always thought is pretty cool. Shroud Runners, that's the other ones. Thank you very much. Yeah, they look pretty decent, the Shroud Runners, to be fair. And I do like the idea of a sniper on a jet bike. I don't care what anyone says. Pretty sick. Look at that. That just doesn't quite look right without a tail fin there, does it? That's the Hemlock Wraithfighter, I think. And that's the again, another Aspect Warrior one. I can't remember what they're called though. Anyway, the final miniature reveal of the day. I say reveal of the day. It's not like I'm revealing these miniatures. But the final miniature reveal, wow, I've gone super laggy. We're alright. This fella, let's look at him. Let's, right, first of all, let's take a look up here. Up here, in the address bar. Right, so it says, LVO 2022 Eldari Corsairs plunder the Nakman Gauntlet in Kill Team's next expansion. What it used to say was something like Eldari Corsairs dash CSM dash next Kill Team box dash T. That's what it used to say. So Kirioth released a video last night that I think Mr. Fish mentioned earlier, or if it wasn't Mr. Fish, I apologise, it was someone else in the stream mentioned earlier. And basically, it was the address in the address bar gave us the information that everybody desires. That said, basically, the Eldari Corsairs are going to be against Chaos Space Marines in the next expansion. But it makes sense as well, because in the Advent engine, the reveals that they do all through December, they kept showing us, or they showed us for the first half of the Advent engine, they showed us sort of Eldari looking kits, and then the second half of the Advent engine, they showed us Chaos Space Marine looking kits. So it makes total sense for that to be the case. And here's the fella that they've revealed for this. Oh, what's that there? What's that? For this, yeah, this box. The first fella we're seeing for this box. I like that they're releasing more sub-factions and more stuff. It's stuff that was available through Forge World. Some of the stuff that we're getting in Kill Team now. So Eldar Corsairs have been available for a long time, but through Forge World. What's this here? This is Kez. As many people have said, if you've not seen the film Kez, it's a British film from the 60s or 70s. And it's about this boy who's getting beat up by his older brother. He's not doing very well in school and stuff. I don't actually know what the overall theme of the film is, but it's a really sort of grim, classic British, bleak film. That's how it feels. And he finds this kestrel, or he comes across this kestrel, Peregrine Falcon, and he calls it Kez, because it's a kestrel. Is a kestrel and a Peregrine Falcon the same thing, or have I made that up? So he calls it Kez. And that's why a lot of people are saying, come on Kez, when they see this mini, because he's always talking to Kez like it's his best mate ever. It's that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, talking earlier about seeing the model from different poses, I think this is a really bad pose to see this model from. A really bad angle, rather, to see this model from, because we can't see his eye. We're getting an eye patch. Should they have revealed another model from this box rather than this one? Because from this angle, we can just about make out that right eye. But it just takes something away, in my opinion, from the model, just seeing that eye patch. Is it an eye patch, or is it like a lens that shows him all the data he needs? It may well be that. But anyway, let's have a quick read through this article. It's a nice looking mini. We're getting Eldar Corsairs. You could use this as a Corsair prince, not print. I thought I had something on the top of my ear then. I was very confused. It was just the hinge on that glass door behind me. There. While the Imperium battles to hold vigilance against Abaddon. I don't think anyone's ever said it like that before. It's either Abaddon or Abaddon. But I said Abaddon, the despoiler, and a new player enters the stage to make their mark on the Nakman Gauntlet. What's cooler than pirates? Eldari space pirates. The Corsairs are here. An age-old Eldari faction reinvented for the next Kill Team expansion, taking inspiration from the noble Azoyani, the sadistic Drukhari, and other bits and bobs they've picked up along the way. The Void-Scarred Kill Team, Void-Scarred, is just as diverse and characterful as you'd expect from a roving band of millennia-old interstellar pirates. Sorry, we've got a wire dropping down this screen, so I can't read all of the text. I could just read it on that screen, though. Yeah, so this is a really nice-looking mini. He's got, like, some kind of power sword there. He's got this bird, falcon-type bird, to use for hunting and for scraping his foes' eyes out and stuff. Owing allegiance to nobody but themselves, these Corsairs travel the galaxy, diving into whichever fights stand to benefit them most. What's their angle in Kill Team Nachmund? You'll just have to wait and see. Oh! And then they give us a bit of information about the war zone. Yeah, that's lovely. As the name suggests, the next Kill Team expansion will take place in the Nachmund Gauntlet, a perilous region of space beset by conflict and madness. As the safest passage through the Great Rift, Nachmund is unimaginably important to the Imperium of Man, and an endless war rages for control. There's information on that page. Cicatrix Meldictum, Cicatrix Meldictum. It's a page taken from the book, no doubt. It was Gratag. Thank you very much. It was Gratag. Gotta go. Bye, everyone. See you, Gratag. Have a good day, mate. I don't know if you guys do D&D lore at all, but that model equals Jarlax's Bairn. Jarlax's Bairn. Jarlax's Bairn. Wow, my teeth look white. Jarlax's Bairn. Kestrel for a Knave is a great book. It's what Kez is based on. Ah, right. Kestrel for a Knave. Nice. Reminds me of a book called My Side of the Mountain I read in middle school. There we go. That's everything we need to know. But what about Warhammer 40,000? As with the Sisters Novitiate before them, the Void Scarred will have full rules for the tabletop, able to be deployed alongside Eldari and Drukhari armies. What about Inari, though? What about Inari? Does that mean Inari are being like a supplement of some sort? Are they getting taken back, consumed back into the Eldari and Drukhari? And what about Harlequins? Are they getting taken back into the Eldari Drukhari codexes? Well, to be fair, they're not in the Drukhari codex, are they? So we already know what's in there. So I'd be happy for them to be reconsumed by the Eldari codex, those things. But yeah, I don't know. I think there'll just be extra supplements, won't there? And there'll be additional rules to play them. As exciting as the first appearance of the Eldari Corsair is, it's only one of the amazing things to show off at today's Model Packed Warhammer preview online at Las Vegas Open. Check out the hub page for all the information you need. Well, guys, what a lovely bunch of reveals that was. No Orky stuff, but we've had plenty of Orky stuff recently. That already satisfies my desire for Orky stuff. It's been a fun one. It's 9:21, and I was only planning to go for an hour today. I may well go a little longer. Should I go a little longer? I wouldn't actually hate an Eldari over codex, Corsair codex. Then supplements for them. Oh, an Eldari, like a greater Eldari codex, and then supplements for Harlequins and Corsairs and Inari. Yeah, I think that's supplements for them makes sense, because they're like the sub factions that aren't fully. I mean, they're pretty well fluffed out, but they're not fully rules out, are they? If you get me, you could have one book containing Harlequins, like a campaign book. You know, like the Forge World books we used to get with expansions of rules for Eldar Corsairs, for certain Imperial factions that I can't think of at the minute. What are they called? The Elysian drop troops, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Space Marine treatment. Yeah, so you could do it as just supplements. It does make sense to do it as supplements, actually, doesn't it? To do it as like your Imperial Fist supplement, give you a few extra rules and stuff. And it's GW would have the ability then to sell more books, because you'd need, theoretically, because you wouldn't have all the rules for say in an Inari force. You want to take Dire Avengers, you want to take Striking, you want to take a few of the Aspect Warriors, you want to take some of the Dark Eldar, Drukhari things, then you have to buy 3 books just to play Inari. So you want to take some Witches, you want to take some Howling Banshees as well, and then you want to take the characters from the Inari, then you have to buy 3 books to play the Inari. Yeah, I mean, I say you have to buy 3 books, you can use other things like Battle Scribe, but it's a way to get people to buy more books as well, isn't it? Especially if you want to know. I mean, to be fair, codexes aren't packed with lore anymore. I did it. I said the dreaded The dreaded incorrect pluralization of codex. I said codexes. Codices, people. Codices. Take a look at the Tau stuff on the GW website. I will not. I refuse. Rich Beeden. I refuse. Why do you want me to take a look at the Tau stuff? There's only one new model. Oosh. I'll nip over to the GW website here and I'll see if there's anything interesting to look at for you. To be fair, I can't be bothered doing any painting anymore, so I may well do that. Want to buy rules as a subscription service? Yes. Good morning, Ravensrook Miniatures. Good to see you here. I'm not staring intensely at you down the lens of the camera, by the way. I'm just looking at the address bar, which is right beneath the camera. You know, Mr. Fish, I keep thinking, when I see your icon, your YouTube icon, it's the War Mistress miniature, I think, isn't it? Because it's so tiny, it's hard to see. But I keep thinking it's Forks' Space Marine hat, so I keep thinking Forks is popping into my YouTube stream.
Spearhead, the 5th expansion.
I'd happily pay $20 a month for curtailed list of rules for all the armies. $20 a month. So yeah, we're talking like 15 quid. I mean, to be fair, if you're a competitive gamer, then that makes total sense, doesn't it? I'm happy. Like me and Gratag were, when there was only a couple of people in the stream earlier. I mentioned they had a game coming up against Gratag, and he said he may well have to change his list depending on what comes out in the new Eldar Codex. And I said to him, I don't mind if you play the old Codex. I'm probably just going to be playing the base Ork Codex, so I'm not going to be playing any updated rules or points or anything like that. I mean, I'll build my list through Battlescribe or through the Warhammer app, so the points may well be slightly out of whack anyway. So, yeah, it's not like it's the Dogosaur. Ah, right, okay. I need a better logo. Now I'm legit. It's not what's on there. It's what's on there and no longer on the Forge World website, I find interesting. No longer on the Forge World website? You've piqued my interest. You mean it's on the GW website instead of the Forge World website? I mean, I'll open that new tab. Open link in new tab. Or you mean they've started taking stuff off of the Forge World website? I'm expecting we got one person buying it, then we'll copy the rules for specific missions and hand them out during tournaments for those missions. Come on, you little bugger. As I don't expect a lot are looking to buy it, especially with the balanced data slate. Hopefully soon. Yeah, I'm a human, yes. Why can't you remember that I'm a human every time I come on? Why do you always want me to click on boats? I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Everybody look at me. I'm on a mother flipping boat. I'm on a boat, mother flippers. Technically, some of these aren't boats. The ships and yachts. Technically, actually. I got a new Kill Team starter box yesterday. Can't wait to build these commandos. Yeah, they're fun to build and paint. Once it took me a little while to get into it, though. To be honest, I converted the knob, and then I enjoyed painting that one. And then I did one miniature, enjoyed painting it, and then I kind of put the rest to one side for a bit. I couldn't take it. Boats or trains? It's always boats for me. There's always trains on there, but it's always I always have to click on the boats. It's like the GW is trying to push Tau. It's trying to push the Tau merchandise, exactly. View all. Let's click view all. The Manta's unavailable currently. I don't know what. The thing is, if something's not on the Forge World website, I don't know what's not on there because I don't check on the Tau stuff very often. But there's nothing let me click view all on the GW website. There's nothing on the GW website that I'd expect to see on the Forge World website though. On immediate first inspection. Which is what I thought you meant earlier. Oh my word! Hammerheads have sold out. Who saw that coming? Nobody could have seen that coming. As much as I don't like Tau, they did need some love. Their representation was basically non-existent. In terms of just being pushed, you mean? Or in terms of miniatures? Because I feel Tau have got a good range of miniatures. But then again, like, Tau aren't a main army I collect. I've got some Tau miniatures. I mean, you can't see it because of all the screens I've got bouncing off behind me. I've got some Tau miniatures in here. You can just see a drone there, make out a drone. Yeah, there's some Tau miniatures in there. Or is that? No, it is some drones and stuff, yeah. I've got a small Tau collection. There is a big resin battlesuit on the GW website as an advanced kit. They've got the Storm Surge on there, which is plastic. Riptide. Let's go through it together. So you know I'm not lying to you. Tau are good, but are they the greatest good? That's the question. Long pondered by many a person. So you know I'm not lying to you. Let's also so you can point it out to me. Right. So here's the Tau on the GW website available at the minute. In these collections, it's all plastic. I mean, I say it's all plastic. Yeah, there's no resin in there. It's all plastic. All plastic. That's all GW kits. As opposed to Forge World. The Combat Patrol's plastic. They're plastic kits. That's like the new Dark Strider. If anyone's not seen it, let's have a brief look at it. Look, he's got a little drone. Ooh, two cute little drones. Ah. Then we've got a Storm Surge, which is a plastic kit. Pathfinder team. Crisis Battlesuit team. Couple of Commander Farsight, which I think is a resin model still, but it's, or have they updated into plastic yet? Judging by that sword, I'd say it's resin. I could be wrong though, it might be plastic. There's a Cold Star Commander. A couple of terrain pieces. Riptide. Standard Infantry. Drones. Crew. Piranha Stealth Suits. Yeah, there's nothing on here that's out of place. Nothing that's a big resin kit. Broadside. Ghost Keel. Yeah, nothing on there that's out of place. Down here they have a link to the Forge World shop though. Is that what you're seeing and thinking it was a like advertising the, but it just takes you to this. So it just takes you to the Tau Forge World page. You may have seen an image of the Supremacy suit maybe on the website and thought it was like, it may have been a link to the Forge World website, but you thought it was a link to the GW site perhaps. That's what I'm thinking. The guy holding his sword wrong. I ordered 2 boxes of Dark Elf Cold One Nights. I've got a box of Dark Elf Cold One Nights. Purely because Sauros Night Cold Ones are deeply... Oh, look at that. What's this? What's this? Should you have a click on it? Oh, let's add him as moderator. No, let's not do that. Or Derpy, and I have a list to get done for an appearance on a YouTube Battle Report channel. What channel is it, Leona? Can you tell us on it? Well, I finished my coffee. That was disappointingly cold last gulp. Shapers have moved to an HQ slot. That's good. So they're not elites anymore. So you can run a Tau. You can run a crew army now, then, can't you? Did I see someone say you could? Yeah, you could build a crew only army. Yeah, spill the tea, loner. Spill the tea, mate. Yeah, so I think it was Rich, was it, saying there was a. Oh, you can't see. Bad times, bad times. There's a big resin battlesuit on the GW site as an advanced kit. Yeah, I can't see it myself, Rich, but I assume you might be furiously checking yourself to see if you've see if it's still there. I wonder if it was just a link you saw that takes you to the Forge World site, like I've just mentioned at the bottom there. So they do have these banners and stuff that you can click on, and it just takes you to the Forge World site. So that may well be the case. Yeah, crew only will be an option. It's an exciting time for crew collectors everywhere. If you like the idea of a crew army. One kit I'd like to see updated for Tau is Vespid Stingwings. And I'd like to see as well is it Givasa? Basically like a human Tau infantry. I'd like to see an upgrade kit for the Imperial Guard kit to give them. I've sent a link on the Discord, I'll have a look. Bloody hell. Got loads of Discord links. Oh, approve that. Games Workshop web store. Okay. 15 plus. That's weird, isn't it? Expert level model kits. So they're advertising them as expert level model kits on the GW website. That's really interesting, actually. I should have just done a bit more digging myself, shouldn't I? That's really interesting. Let's go to my tab there and see how easy that is to find. So it's almost as if they're clear all filters. Let's see if I can find that myself with oh, what's happened there? I've crashed everything. Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of the Forge World one. Yeah, I'm just going to try and find out if it is only for Tau. I'm going to see if I can find it for Tau first. That is very interesting. Go Warhammer 40k. Let's go. Click on Tau. Armies of Xenos. Tau Empire. It says 45 kits, but I think there's 45 plastic kits there. If you click on Tau Empire. All terrain, fifth rare expansion, codexes, psychic awakening, unit type. You see, there's nothing there saying expert level model kits. That's weird, isn't it? Let's go back to new and exclusive. Feels like they could be closing down the front end Forge World. Yeah. There we go. It's just expert level model kits right on the new and exclusive. So you just click on that, and then it's only Tau models that are in there at the minute. That's really interesting. And it's only a limited number of Tau kits as well. It's not all of the Forge World Tau kits. Yeah, that's really interesting. So if you go to the GW website, click on new and exclusive, and then expert level model kits, it shows you these Tau models from Forge World. Good find, Rich. I mean, I'm scrolling up and down. I don't know if you're dizzy yet or going to throw up or anything like that, but I just keep checking if it's still there. That's weird. But yeah, it could be a way for them to start closing down Forge World as a separate entity. I found that like through the new and exclusive page. Yeah, so you go to new and exclusive and it pops up there. Are the prices the same? Oh, that's a thing to check, isn't it? Expert level model kits. Let's reopen Forge World. You know what? I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on one of the kits and see What happens when you add one to cart? I'll just get a load of emails saying, do you still want to buy this? It's in your cart. Yeah, so it's still a GW thing, isn't it? That's weird. So at the minute, it is only for Tau. Temporarily out of stock online, though, as well. Let's go to Forge World, because I think it's in stock on Forge World. Forge World, Tau Empire range. Anyone would think I've been looking at the Tau Empire range recently. Yeah, you can add that to cart. So the Supremacy armor is available to purchase on the Forge World site, but it's out of stock on the GW site. No, it says temporarily out of stock when you click on it as well. Let's go back though. It's £142 and it's £142 on the GW site. Add to cart. Sorry, this product isn't available. Let's see what happens when you add it to cart on the GW site. I imagine it'll say, sorry, this product isn't available. So it's the same price and everything. Yeah, you're stuck now. Nothing but Tau ads from now on. Add to cart. Sorry, this product isn't available. Oh, wait, what? Just add it to your cart, it says there, though. Customers also bought. No, I don't want it in my cart. I want to delete it out of my cart. Let's click on it. Let's go to cart. View cart. Well, I'm sure it'll tell me, sorry, this product isn't available, so you can't actually complete your purchase. Yeah. You don't have anything in your cart at the moment, even though it's just let me add it to cart, even though it also said, sorry, this product isn't available. Bizarre. Now I'll have it in my cart forever. Very interesting. The things you find. Well, Tau are the auxiliary heavy detachment. Tau have got the auxiliary heavy detachment in their favour, and they made a point of making sure people actually know about it this time. All carts tainted. Burn it. Burn it! I'll have to create a new account, won't I? Yeah, it's interesting to say the least that they're on the site. Is that available? The Ivara. Yeah, that one's available. I'm not going to add that to my cart. 83 quid for the Ivara. The Ivara is 83 quid. Yeah, so the same price and everything. I wonder, because one thing people have always said about Forge World, or in my area anyway, I think people would buy more Forge World if they could order it, if they could get free shipping on it. I mean, you probably can, to be fair, because of the price of it. It's probably the same as GW site, anything over, say, 50 quid. I'm wondering if it's so you can order it to GW stores, because Forge World has not been available through GW stores until this point. So if they do some of these big kits, especially through GW stores and advertisements, expert level kits, so like your Eldari conversion kits for some of the... Oh, flipping heck. Click on Eldari again. Get rid of Tau. So you can get like conversion kits for your Wraith Knights. You can have Inferno Lances. You can have Death Shroud Cannons. And I'm sure they'll all come slightly warped in that. But why is the Tantalus in Eldari kits? You can probably use it as in Corsairs or something, can't you? Is there a separate Corsairs? Oh no, it's just Eldari and then there's Craft Worlds and there's Drukhari. Right, okay. That's why, because they are Eldari. View all. Click view all. I want to see if they've still got Corsairs on there. Oh, they've not got Corsairs on the website anymore, but here's the old avatar anyway. The, which I think is a really cool looking avatar. IMO. You'll buy some cheap kit from GW a few months from now and not pay attention and accidentally buy the giant stuff that was lurking in your cart. Yeah, exactly. A Tau Supremacy suit will turn up on my doorstep. I'll be like, Excuse me, GW, I don't remember ordering this. Actually, I think you'll find you did, sir. It's like, I've got no arms for it. What am I going to do with it? Oh, I'll just use it as a piece of terrain, then I'll just smash it up. My local shop can't even order GW Forge World products without buying at least $200 worth of product in an order. That's not a GW store, though, is it? Yeah, so GW stores in the UK, you can do mail order online and you get free shipping to store, essentially. So if you're just buying like one new Primaris Captain miniature with his big chainsword, you want to order that, then you can get that shipped to store online. Not that you can't get it on the GW website, but stuff that, not that you can't get that in store in GW, but stuff that's available as a website exclusive, you can get shipped to any store in the world, but sometimes some stores won't do it for you. Yeah, so it's not a GW store. Not had Corsair kits on Forge World for well over a year. I think I remember hearing about that, to be fair. So it's good to see Corsairs coming back in some other form. GW stores over here, I know, yeah, they're not common at all. It's like IKEA's as well, isn't it? We've had that discussion before. Orky, for anybody that is unaware, Orky sent Patreon some sticker packs and stuff. Let's make it Orky. This is Twitch streamer. She sent patrons rather, on Patreon, some sticker packs and all that kind of stuff, and she sent Dadoom some British chocolate. I say British chocolate because what I'm going to talk about isn't really British, but you can get them in Britain commonly. She sent him some dime stuff, and he liked it, and I said to him, you can probably get that in IKEA if there's one near you, and the nearest IKEA to him is about 7 hours away. So it's like, no, you can't. I mean, it could be worth a 7-hour drive if you really liked it. New Gravis Captain, totally didn't pre-order that yesterday. Oh, cheeky. I was just planning on converting one of the current Gravis Captains I've got, because I've got two of the... Because I collected Conquest magazine, I've got one of the classic Gravis Captains with the Power Sword and the Power Fist. So I'm probably just going to convert one of them fellas into the new Gravis Captain. It won't look like that, but it'll look more better because it'll be more uniquer. It won't. It'll look slightly worse. It's a cool looking pose that I probably will get one at some point. But chainswords always fit better with Imperial Fists, don't they? So I've got to do it. Interestingly enough, the IKEA and GW store are both in the same city. Nice. Maybe you should move to that city. Maybe the world's trying to tell you something. Stop living out in the middle of nowhere, Doom. Right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because I'm just waffling on about websites now and that. Yeah, the Eldari range is still pretty tempting. You know what I've got? Which I do forget about from time to time. A little while ago, I bought a Revenant Titan, didn't I? Off eBay. I don't even know where it is. So I bought it. Wow, 231 quid now. I think I paid about... I don't remember what I paid for it, to be honest, but I think it was a lot less than that. I think it was like 100 quid. Yeah, and it's on a massive base as well, so I need to change the base size, but it's got like a proper leg spread pose, unfortunately. And I was taking it off the base and I snapped one of the feet off. But yeah, I need to get around to painting that bad boy at some point. I've got a few things I need to get around to finishing, like my Knight Cerastus. I don't know. So surprise Eldar army in the future. I've already got an Eldar army, mate. I've already got Eldar from the 90s. I was looking at a lot of my stuff yesterday. I say a lot of my stuff. Some of the stuff that was out on the desk upstairs yesterday, and I was looking at my old Striking Scorpions that I stripped when I was getting back into the hobby in order to repaint them. And I was thinking, I really should start painting these, but at the minute I'm enjoying painting Orks. Like I've got an urge to paint Orks at the minute, so I'm working on these that I was just these. You're not even looking at it. Why aren't you looking at it, guys? How are you not on desk down? So I was working on some of the new boys. I want to paint some of them up first, and some of the terrain as well that I was talking to Lona about yesterday, and I think I mentioned here earlier. I will have a quick gander before I go. I want to show you something from the Dizzy Discord. The piece of terrain in whips. Whip it good. Come on, where are you? So I've primed a piece of terrain ready to attempt to spray with Nasdrag Yellow, because I've heard wonderful things about yellow going over pink. Look at that. Oh, so here's my Octarius terrain so far. I sprayed it. You can't see the brown because I did it mainly on the underside in the proper dark areas. So the underside is all brown, and then like a light dusting of red over it. And then I started doing a dusting of red around the outside at first. Then I sprayed a pink over it, and then I sprayed white on the very edges. Just all rattle can stuff. So I've not used my airbrush yet, but I'm planning on hopefully later today using my airbrush to spray this Nasdrag Yellow, or at least parts of it Nasdrag Yellow. I want to see how different colours go over this pink as well. So I'm tempted to run a blue over it and see what that ends up looking like. But yeah, well, I mainly, I just want to test out that Nasdrag Yellow over pink theory. I've seen plenty of people use yellows over pink, and it comes out looking really nice, like a rich orangey yellow almost. But like just a hint of orange, but the richness of the colour is really nice. So I'm going to be doing that at some point before I paint my Imperial Fist Redemptor Dreadnought, which I plan on hopefully using this same technique on. So fingers crossed you'll be seeing that at some point this year. Thank you very much. Yellow goes great over pink, yeah. It's something I've not tried myself yet, but something I definitely want to try. I like on my Imperial Fists the way I do the sort of orangey red primer and then a zenithal of white. In the recesses, it blends nicely into that orangey red. So that's why I thought I'd keep some of the red on there, and I'll see how it takes over the brown and stuff, the Nasdrag Yellow, over some of the darker colours I've got on the underside as well. I think I'm just going to spray it completely yellow and then pick out some of the panels with different colours probably. But I'll approach it as I approach it at the time, kind of thing. Yeah, so that's about all I've got for you today, guys. Let's go back to the opening stream screen. We don't do raids on YouTube yet. There is going to be raids soon on YouTube though, so keep your eye out for them in the future. I say we don't do raids on YouTube. You know what I'm going to do? Just have a quick look on live streaming, see if there's any options to do anything here. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, the raids are coming to YouTube, or they're not raids, they're going to be called something else. But they're going to be coming to YouTube at some point in the not too distant future, I think. Not that there's anybody live that I want to raid into at the moment, as far as I'm aware. But it's been a fun stream, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I didn't get an awful lot of painting done, but I got a little done. And it's important to get a little hobby done as often as possible. As often as you feel comfortable with sometimes. I may well be doing some more hobby later, spraying that Nasdrag Yellow on that terrain. It's been a fun stream. Thank you very much to everybody who's joined me. Don't forget, you can support the channel in a number of ways. You can press that like button if you've not already done so on this video. You can click on my links in the description below. If they're there, I'm assuming they're there. You can click on my links in the description below. There's links to my Patreon if you want to support me on Patreon if you feel that way inclined. Don't feel obliged. You're under no obligation to do so. You can watch these videos for free. But it'll enable me to buy more equipment for the channel going forward, and hopefully I'm going to be getting some videos done. That's one thing I might do later actually as well. Hopefully get a video done for the channel for next Sunday or next weekend at some point, either Saturday or Sunday, when I won't be doing a live stream. So these live streams are going to be coming roughly every 2 weeks for you on YouTube, and you'll see me more frequently, normally twice a week on Twitch on a Monday and a Wednesday from around 5:30 till around 7. It's been a pleasure streaming with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I've forgotten how to end my streams on YouTube, so I'll just say